Namaste. My name is Shira. I'm a yoga teacher, Ayurvedic wellness consultant, and a yoga therapist. But today we're doing Thank the Plank, okay? Because the plank really helped me to gain more control in the core muscles. That sometimes, because the muscles of the arms, the rotator cuffs, they're too weak, then the plank is too much. So I wouldn't suggest it if you have shoulder pain. But if you already have rehabilitated most of it, then this is a good little practice to strengthen it even more, because we're really working with the abs and the arms. So, see you on the mat. First of all, I want you to lie down on your back. We're just going to connect with our core muscles. Okay, so the transverse abdominis, which is a muscle that goes all the way around, it's like a corset, and we want to use the breathing to engage it, because if we do it just while sitting, we can sit here and breathe into our belly, and as you breathe out and keep breathing out and keep breathing out, you'll feel this strengthening. And then I want you to feel the back of your body, feel that strengthening. Keep breathing out. You feel the front, okay? And then release. And feel how this back body muscles soften. So we're going to work with that just gently for a few breaths lying on the floor to really feel the difference of when they're engaging and when they're not. And that's the muscles you want to use in the plank, because then it's not so much going into your shoulders, shoulder blades and the arms, the wrists, but actually working from here. The more you work this strength, and the legs are very important, the less there'll be weight on your shoulders, okay? So we'll just come onto our backs, knees bent, feet on the floor, and I just want you to place your hands on the belly, and I want you to come into a neutral pelvis. Now, most people don't even know how to find this, even yoga teachers. So one way to gauge it, okay, some people say is just put your hand there and have some space. Well, it depends, okay? Every spine is different, every sacrum is different, every body is different. And even you are different on different days. So it depends, okay? So a better way to know what a neutral spine is to find the pubic bone, so right down here, and then your as-is bones, okay? The anterior superior iliac spine is this bone here, what people call the hip. But the hip is actually in there. That's your hip joint. This is not a hip bone, okay? So place your hands here, and they should be parallel, these 2 points. So my back, as you can see, is quite rounded, and that is my neutral spine. So I have a different spine to other people. They might be down here or all the way on the floor. It just depends. Depends what they did when they were growing up as little babies, and how much they were moving and lifting, and how they walked later in life. So many things, also what their parents' bodies are like. It's genetic, it's nurture and nature. Okay, and we can change it a little, but we shouldn't. Okay, so find the pubic bone and then the as-is bone when the knees are bent. And that is your neutral spine. So feel that space and feel your belly muscles. Now I just want you to bring your arms down here and relax. Take a few breaths and allow yourself to really rest on the floor. Become heavy. So any flightiness or lightness, just release it. Feel the weight of your body and feel the floor. Feel the contact of the two. Feel where they connect. And are there any spaces between your body and the floor that could diminish by just relaxing? So letting go of the shoulders, the neck, the jaws, maybe in the hips, maybe the weight of your feet and legs. Let it sink into the floor. So now you've got this relaxed feeling, and I feel that my whole lower back is starting to sink into the floor. So I'm now going to move back into that neutral alignment. Okay, and I want you to breathe in, into the belly, into the chest. And as you breathe out, bringing the lower back down. And as you do that, your pelvis and your belly button are coming closer together. Okay, just feel that difference, breathing in there, moving away from each other. And as you breathe out, they come back together. So there's this tightening of the front as you breathe out, and as you breathe in, there's an opening of the front. And again, just 3 times to make sure you feel the difference. And again, breathing in, opening up. And breathing out, closing, contracting. So getting that strength. Now feel those muscles as you breathe out. Feel those muscles, the core muscles, the transverse abdominis, which reaches right to the very lumbar spine. Okay? Now I want you to extend your left leg. Make it strong. And just keep it off the floor about 1 or 2 inches. Breathing in. And breathing out. Now feel by the as-is bone, as how you breathe out, how this deep abdominal muscle, the transverse, is now activating. So I want you to keep that active as you breathe into the chest. Keep that strong muscle engagement. So this is going to help your plank become much more solid if you have this activation. Breathing into the chest. And with the out breath, bend that knee. Keeping that engagement. So it's like you want to bring the as-is bones, both of them, towards each other. The sitting bones towards each other. Now lengthen the right leg. Extend the feet. Extend the toes. Again, bring those hips together. Breathing out. Keeping that neutral spine. Otherwise you're cheating and you're just closing the back body and you're squeezing from here. I want you to squeeze not the rectus abdominis, which go from up to down, but across. Okay, so breathing out. Feel that engagement just near the as-is bone. Compress in there and then breathing into the chest. So this keeps strong. So this is also a way of breathing in the Ashtanga method, Ashtanga from Krishnamacharya. That's where it originally comes from. It was to make this very strong because it was made for young men and boys who were going to the army, who needed to fight. So they needed this core strength. We need this core strength now in our sedentary life because we don't use it enough. We just sit all day, like maybe 8-9 hours a day, and the muscles are not being used. And then with an out breath, bend the knee. And again, feel that engagement. Okay? And then out breath, squeeze, keep the neutral spine, activate this, bringing the tailbone towards the pelvis, pelvis towards the belly, but you keep the neutral spine. As-is bones towards each other. See how that's strong? So that's what you want to feel when you're in a plank. But because a plank is strenuous, you've already forgotten this. So that's why I just want you to center into that now. And then release. Okay? Now I'm just going to put the feet wide as the mat, and we're just going to twist to the side, breathing in, opening here, breathing out. Breathing in, come up. And out. So I'm moving a bit funny here because I've got that receiver. I still got to get used to it. Breathing in, come up. And last time out to the other side. Okay, now we're going to bend the knees. And you have your feet at a 90-degree angle, or the lower legs with the upper legs. We're just touching the floor, and this also gets the rectus abdominis active, the transverse abdominis. Yeah? There's 4 layers of muscle here, and they're all being engaged by this very simple movement. Again, feel, have you got this neutral spine? So the legs are moving, and you feel the hip flexors are active. Okay? And release. I'm going to just move into a small bridge pose. And I want you to really engage the bum muscles. Okay? Move the thighs inward. Knees just in line with the hips and the ankles. And slowly come down. And turn to your left or right side, doesn't matter. And slowly come up. And we're going to lie on the front of the mat, coming into Makarasana, so crocodile pose. I love this pose. It's very powerful, like a crocodile. A crocodile has existed for the whole time that dinosaurs existed. So you can imagine how primal this animal is. It's been here for millions and millions of years, a few 100 million years. Okay, so feet wide, heels turn in, and I just want you to lie down. Placing the head. So what you want to do is you don't want to have the elbows too far back, because then you're hurting your lower back. If you have it too far forward, you'll be hurting your neck. So you just want to find the middle. Like Buddha said, always the middle. So in yoga it's the same. You find the middle way. Now if turning your heels in is uncomfortable for your lower back, just turn the heels out. Okay, so respect your body, honor yourself where you are today. Don't think anything of it if there's some discomfort, but do listen to it. Now again, I want you to feel those belly muscles. While you're lying here, breathing out and in. So as you breathe in, you'll feel them relaxing, opening, and as you breathe out, they're contracting, getting tighter. Now keep that strength. Don't tighten them too much, so don't overdo it. Don't be pitta. Be a nice kapha pitta. Strong, but knowing how to enjoy. So breathing into the upper chest this time, so you keep those core muscles engaged. And then bring the feet into alignment with the hips. Again, always be gentle with your lower back. Honor it. There shouldn't be any pain. If there's pain, put the feet wider apart, honoring your sacrum. So we all have different shapes of sacrums and bones. I want you to activate the legs. Feel that you're hugging the thigh and the hamstrings towards the thigh bone. Same with the lower legs. So really hugging your bones. Activate the legs. And then extending the arms. Lifting up your chest. Okay, so we're just going to have a slight engagement. And then bringing that chest, so you're lifting the ribs up and extending, and then you come back down. And just bring your hands next to your shoulders, keeping the legs active. Now you're going to breathe in and roll those shoulder blades back and down. If you can't feel that, let them roll forward first and then back and down. So feel the difference. And then bring your shoulder blades towards each other. Now you should have this very strong engagement of the shoulder blades. This is activating the lower trapezius. So with a lot of yoga practitioners and teachers, this has become weak from too many vinyasas, downward dogs and chaturangas. If we don't have the proper engagement, they'll get weak. Okay, now I want you to keep your head on the floor and lift up the palms and keep the elbows on the floor and see what happens to your shoulder blades. See if they roll down the back a little more. So you do want that. You want that feeling. Really engage. Bring them together. So the upper back becomes very strong because you need that in a plank. And it's hard to feel when you are tired and in strenuous position. So it's nice to feel it now. Okay, and then lift up the elbows, lift up the head. Again, strong legs, hug those bones. And breathe deeply. Just stay here for 3 breaths. Now feel the neck, don't throw it back. Do extend it. You do want to open the front of the neck, not only like this, because then we get a closed muscles on the front of the neck. So these are very strong muscles for the balancing and weight of the head. And then bring your hands backward. So really using your triceps and the lower and middle traps. Bring the shoulder blades down. Lift up the legs. And just stay here 3 breaths. So now you're doing a mild back bend. And you don't go up very much because of gravity. But it's hard work. And then slowly come down. Just turn your head to one side. Rest. Take a few resting breaths. A pause. And then coming back. The chin on the floor. So feel the neck. There is some slight compression, but it's not too extreme. And again, bringing those hands here. Rolling the shoulder blades down the spine. Towards each other. Lift up the palms so there's more of this rolling action. And then tiger claws. So it's like this. Okay? In Kung Fu they do it to strengthen certain muscles. And Fiona Sherman and some other teachers teach it because it activates certain muscles that we don't engage when we do downward dog. Okay, and then imagine you're a tiger and you're clawing yourself forward. Okay? Lift and pull. Okay, we're not doing enough pulling action in yoga, so pull. Imagine you're pulling yourself up. So it's been proven in many studies that to imagine things that's happening in our body actually rewires neurons in the body, in the brain, as if we're actually doing it. So we can actually strengthen muscles just using visualization. So use Ujjayi breathing to calm the mind. Just do 3 more. And release, turning the head to the other side. Relax the body. Relax the muscles. And then coming back to middle. Now interlock the fingers, making yourself ready for the dolphin, but we're not going to do the dolphin, so make the legs strong. Now we're going to get more active. Okay? So what you want to do is again, engage those thighs, work the whole of the leg, moving the heels backwards. And as you breathe in, look up. And again, using those same muscles we did in the first exercise, breathing out. So you move from the core. And then just stay here 3 breaths. Moving the belly in, the hip bones or the as-is bones towards each other. Strong thighs, hugging the bones. Now moving the chest forward, heels back. And breathing in, look up. So we'll do that 3 times. Breathing in. And the next out breath, move the heels back. Empty the belly. Use the core muscles. Feel those as-is bones coming together. Tailbone down, pelvis towards the belly. Chest forward. And breathing in. Lift up. Resting breath. And again. Breathing in. And out. Strong body. Strong legs. Strong core. Chest forward. Heels back. And breathing out. Coming into the dolphin. Walk the feet forward. Up towards the hands. Spread the toes. Activate the whole leg. Breathing in. And out. Find that good juicy place, so not too much strain on the shoulders. And where you can use the core. Breathing in, come forward. Breathing out, back. Using the core muscles. Last time. And out. Knees on the floor. Just Balasana, resting breath. So you might think this is too slow because there's a resting breath, but you're actually integrating all your actions and the heat that you create, and then the relaxation, cooling down, allows the practice to go deeper, and the body can integrate the actions and the practice much better. So you're rebalancing and rehabilitating certain muscles, and it's only when you relax that you give your body the chance to really go, oh, this muscle needs to go there. Oh, that muscle wasn't really moving like the other one, and that felt more smooth. Do you understand? So give yourself time. So this is also very cardio. It's working hard a lot. Slowly coming up. Again, tiger claws. Coming into downward dog. So because we're working the arm muscles, the core muscles, it really affects the heart much more than the lungs. If you're not out of breath, really engage muscles more. See if you can work them. So bend the elbows. Coming into the plank. Okay, so this is where we start with the plank. Okay, see those same muscles. So again, chest moves forward, palms, soles of your palms backward. Okay, strong legs. The tailbone and the pubic bone towards the belly. Okay? I want you to lift up, pushing the ribs up towards the ceiling. And then the shoulder blades come down the spine, like you had in the Sphinx. So that's a plank. It's a strong, solid plank. And breathing out, just come into the dog to cool off. And again, breathing in. And lift up the leg. Just one leg. See, can you bring those pubic bones towards the belly? Chest forward, heel back, and back down. There's salt everywhere. Breathing in. And lift the other leg. Strong chest forward. Tailbone down. Belly and pubic together. And breathing out. Lift up the right leg. And coming all the way into a plank. Strong plank. And come down. And back up. Tiger claws, lift up your left leg. Again, bring those hip bones together, those as-is bones. Come into the plank. And upward dog. And back downward dog. So feel how those rotator cuffs are working now. Feel your shoulder blades and activate certain muscles, the medium traps, by engaging those tiger claws. Okay, coming back into the plank. Now bringing your right knee down to your chest. And twist, open up. Strong legs. And come back down. Into the down dog. And bring your left knee coming into a plank and twist. Coming back into the plank and Balasana. Take a few resting breaths. Coming up, back into the plank. Now I want you to engage those same muscles, so sitting bones towards each other, as is bones together. And now, breathing out, engage the core muscle. Keep that engagement, breathe into the chest, move the chest forward, and lift up one palm. Breathing out. Change arms. And release. Again, Balasana. Knees wide, letting the upper body rest. Coming up into sitting. Now what you can do if the wrists hurt, a really good exercise for wrist action and hand action is like octopus. So you really feel that they're soft, the fingers, like tentacles moving through water. And this works completely different muscles than the spreading of the hands and typing, because it's smooth action. It's not this stiff, straight action. Shake and just get your breath back. I want you to come back into Makarasana just for a moment. Feeling the belly, feeling the breath. Resting the head, resting the mind. Feel the legs softening, feel the belly softening. Now we're going to come onto our side. And I want you to be strong and long and straight. Then you place your hand here. And with an in-breath, fill up your chest. With the out-breath, lift up. And just stay here. And breathing out. And again, breathing in, come up. And breathing out. One last time. Breathing in. And out. And then we're going to change sides. Strong, straight legs, using the hand, breathing in, opening the side, and breathing out. Now if you feel brave, this side for me is stronger. You can lengthen the arm up, lift the leg up, and breathing out, come back down. So this side, when I'm leaning on it, it's not as strong, it's still in rehabilitation. Okay, and again, breathing in, opening, breathing out, coming up. So using those core muscles. Lift up the leg and come back down. Last time, breathing in, opening, and out. All right. So we'll do one more pose just to open the chest, because we've been doing a lot of like strengthening here. You might have muscle pain tomorrow, especially if you engage those muscles through the breath. So the in breath, opening, and as you're breathing out, pulling in, and then you held that in with the out breath and breathe into the chest, and then doing this sequence. It's really powerful. I had belly pain for about 4 days the first time I did it. Okay, but good muscle pain. So I want you to put this not right against the back, a little bit away, so you can roll, and then the whole of your heart and middle back is supported. So you really just want to open the chest and all these belly muscles, which have been very engaged right now. And just breathe into them. Allow yourself this soft, restorative pose. Now if you choose, you can stay in this pose for up to 5 minutes. If you're in a hurry or you need to do things, time is short, make more time. No, I'm joking. I know everyone's got less and less time these days. Okay, so coming up, but we do have choices and we can prioritize. I want you to do one last pose. I always say this, one last pose, and it's happy baby. It's just because the legs were working also very hard. So I want you to take the outside of your legs, just bending and just slowly rocking like a baby. You can hold your toes or the outsides of the feet. Just imagine you're a little baby, about 6 months old, and you've been looking at those things of yours. You know, they're part of your body. They keep moving when you move, but you haven't been able to touch them. And now finally, you've achieved your goal. You're successful. You've touched those toes. They're yours to hold. You can pull your socks off. And then straighten the legs. Just giving a soft lengthening here. So if you ride bikes, run a lot, the inner thigh muscles might be very strong, very tense, very tight. So allow them to soften. Stay here for a few breaths, at least half a minute. If you want to actually change the muscular system, stay for 90 seconds, so 1.5 minutes. Same for strengthening. If you really want to make changes to your body, stay at least for 1.5 minutes. So my body's shaking. Now some teachers say don't shake, don't wobble. But what shaking is just the nervous system getting rid of extra tension or stress. It's good. Let yourself shake. It's a good thing. Just feel it as a release, a relief. Okay? Just means the muscles are tired. Okay. And then give yourself a hug and say thank you to yourself. Thank you to the plank. Okay, so if you do this sequence more often and you want to get more out of it, just stay longer in those poses or do more repetitions. So repetitions are strengthening. You can pause the video and do it like another 5 to 10 times if you can. We'll build up slowly. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this, and namaste. Be strong, be powerful, hug yourself. Okay, so with the muscles, hug your bones, know you are in this body, be embodied.